Hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that equips team leaders to lead through the challenges they face every day. So, today, I want to talk about how life is short and how, for leaders, man, it's your time, it's our time to step up and make things happen. Because if we're not stepping up, we're missing opportunities. And I want to share a story with you today that kind of is going to tell you how short life is and how it can be gone in a split second. Now, before I begin, I want to tell you about how you can join the current online community for leaders. Here at the CLC team, my number one goal is to grow this community of leaders to be one of the best leadership development communities in the world. You see, 70% of all leaders out there in a leadership position get zero leadership training. And I want to help that by providing an affordable community where leaders can meet and learn together, learn from each other, mentor each other, give each other advice, just hear each other, and basically learn the ropes of leadership. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, or if you know a leader who may be interested in that, please send them to clcteam.com, or you could just have them email me at paul@clcteam.com. And man, I would love to have you or anybody you know in this community. Okay, so let's talk about how it's our time as leaders and how life is too short for us not to lead. Last week, or actually, I'm recording this on a Wednesday evening, and it'll be released tomorrow on Thursday. But Monday morning of this week, me and my wife, Jen, and our two youngest kids, Katie and Trip, left my mom's house to drive back to Arkansas. Now, my mom lives in Florida, so we knew we had a long day drive, and then we'd spend the night somewhere and then have a short drive. We stopped at Starbucks, which is about a mile from my mom's. And then after we got our Starbucks, I got things situated in the car for us. Then I pulled out to the light where I had to make a left and head north on Highway 19 in Florida. Well, as I was pulling out and turning left to go north, a car two in front of me was struck, T-boned by a pickup truck going probably 100 miles an hour. And it was something that my brain, my wife's brain, it just couldn't keep up with all the chaos that was going on around us. But in an instant, we knew it was a bad wreck. We just saw debris flying. We saw the truck hit the car. We saw the car spinning. As soon as I got through the intersection, because at this time when she got hit, she was only 2 car lengths in front of me. And I pulled immediately off the road and I sprinted. I jumped out of the car and sprinted. And my wife was right behind me. She made sure the kids were okay, and she was right behind me running to the scene of the accident, which was only, 100 feet, 200 feet down the road. Well, when I got to the first car that I wanted to go to was the one that was hit, because that car, it was a SUV, got hit right in the driver's door. It got hit right in the driver's side of the vehicle. And I knew that person had to be severely hurt, if not killed. Well, first thing I did, I was the first one to arrive at that vehicle, and I saw the woman. I checked her vitals, and she was gone. There was no vitals on her, and I shook her. I took her vitals on her wrist, on her neck. Again, there was no emergency vehicles. Nobody was there. A lot of traffic, a lot of onlookers, but nobody was running to this accident. Well, then I heard behind me this woman screaming, coming down the side of the road, saying, "There's a baby in the car." So I looked in the back seat on the driver's side, and all you could see was a mangled mess. So I ran around the back of the vehicle and looked in the back seat of the passenger side, and sure enough, there was a baby's car seat. And I opened the door. The door was able to be opened on that side. Opened the door, saw the baby, and took vitals on the baby, and the baby was gone as well. Now, the article says, we got the baby out, we got the car seat out, we tried to administer CPR on the baby, and then about that time, the rescue workers, the ambulances, and police all showed up, and they took over from there. But I'll tell you, in a split second, we went from having a totally normal day, picking up Starbucks and a little bit of breakfast, to seeing two young lives, a 35-year-old woman and a 6-month-old baby, be taken away. And I'll tell you, I know for a fact that that young mom and baby did not feel a thing, I don't think. I think they were gone instantly. But, life is short. Life is precious. Life is just too precious for us to hold a grudge or to fight over dumb stuff. And it's certainly too precious and too short for us not to lead. You see, if you're listening to this show, you're a leader. You aspire to be a leader. You want to be a better leader. And I'm here to tell you, there's leadership opportunities everywhere, no matter where you look. They're there. People want leaders. People want leaders to stand up and give them advice, mentor them, and just be that voice when there's so much chaos going on in the world. People need us, their leaders, to look to follow. That accident was a life-changing experience for me and my wife. And we talked a lot while we drove. And but the first day, we couldn't really talk because, we were still just processing things. And it was terrible. It was one of the most terrible, horrific accidents I've ever seen. And I spent about 14 hours digging through the rubble in Oklahoma City at the Murrah building when that exploded. And this accident was equally as horrific as that, although, you're talking 2 lives compared to over 100 lives, but it was horrific. But I'm here to tell you, when you see something like that happen, it really puts things in perspective. And it really makes you think that, okay, am I right with my Maker? Am I right with God? Am I preaching the gospel like I should be as a Christian leader and just as a layman in the church? As a Christian, I'm here to tell people that. I should be telling people that. I should be living my life every day through my words and through my actions where people can see Christ through me. And if you're not spiritual, if you don't believe in God, if you're not a Christ follower, hey, I respect that, but I'd love to talk to you. Because no matter what your beliefs are, there's no reason why we can't be friends. There's no reason why we can't communicate with each other. And relationships are what I believe to be one of the most important leadership characteristics, being able to establish good relationships and being able to just be a voice in that relationship, but also be the listener in relationships as well. So if you have ever gone through anything like this or witnessed anything like this, man, I'd love to chat. I'd love to talk. You can email me. You can call me. It was rough. I had PTSD from the Oklahoma City experience. And I think going through the counseling from that really helped me in this situation. Because let's face it, I believe that those 2 bodies, that was just a shell of their soul, of their spirit. I believe as soon as that woman's car was hit, God took her spirit and her soul, and her body was just there, but she was Who knows? She might have been hovering right above us with her baby, holding her baby and watching down on us and not in any pain. I know I went a little bit longer today, but I'm just here to tell you, leaders, it's our time to step up and to lead and to look for people who need a leader and not to back away from anything that we might be afraid of or fearful of. That's it for today. And man, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And as always, keep running to your challenges. We'll see you.